Hello, everyone. This is Kathy. Just want to check to make sure that I'm streaming. While I'm waiting, oh, there we are. Awesome. While I'm waiting, okay. So we're getting to an exciting part of our junk journal today. We are going to sew in the signatures, which is quite exciting. Let me adjust the light here a little bit. Looks a little dark. Okay. We're sewing our signatures to our junk journal. This is a very exciting part. I usually wait a couple weeks before I do this, like when I think my signatures are close to being done, just because I really want to think things through about my layout, where each signature is going to go, stuff like that. And then I like trying to make my signatures as close to finished as possible without a little bit of ephemera that I'm going to put in. So yeah, so this is kind of rushed for me. So hopefully my signatures are exactly the way I want them. But this is how it's going to look sideways here. I've got 4 signatures, and then I made that special envelope that's in between. So like I said, this is going to be the inside front. I just love that kitty, and that is definitely going to be the first thing that Dorothy sees when she opens up this journal. And then that's the next front there. And then I have that special envelope middle that we made. I did work more on this. You can see that I added some little spots to it. I've got a little envelope there. I still had to flip out with the accordion fold on it. Oh, hi Janice, good morning. And then that's the back there. I haven't done the front of this yet. And the reason why is this originally wasn't the order that I had it like 10 minutes ago. But yeah, I switched up my signature order. So now I've got to find something to complement this pretty lady there. And then here's my last signature and the back of that. Usually I hold off on putting anything else on the outside of my junk journal, just because I want to see how far the fabric from my spine is going to overlap into here. So I don't want to have my fabric overlap onto anything pretty onto the inside of my book. So yeah, so I usually wait, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget putting this in there. So I went ahead and taped that down, and I know that this won't interfere with my spine. Okay, so this might be a longish video today just because I will be sewing signatures. So after I do the first signature, if you're watching this not live, you can go ahead and just fast forward through. I will not be offended. Okay, so let's go through some of the tools that you're going to need. I'm using fabric on the inside of my spine. And behind that, I'm going to put a piece of paper. So you're going to need fabric and paper. You're going to need a ruler. You will need some kind of twine to put your signatures, to sew your signatures in. This is a waxed twine. I purchased this off of Amazon. There are several colors. I haven't decided which color I'm going to use yet. I'll probably use this one actually. You can use other things besides this. I went to a local place called Princess Auto, and this is actually twine that's used to repair tarp. So it's quite rugged. It's smooth, so it's easy to use, and I don't have to worry about it, which is nice. Basically, you want to have a good twine or thread to sew in your signatures, because you don't want them to break over time. And if you are using some kind of sturdy thread, you might want to put like a wax on it, just so that it protects it and makes it easy to go in and out while you're sewing it. You're going to need some sort of awl. I have 3. I have a thin one here, and then next size up. And then I also have one, this came with this kit, this repair kit. So this is nice. Like if you have a hard time threading, it's already got the hole in it. I don't know if you can see that. It's already got the hole in it, so you can put your twine through there and go ahead and sew your signatures in. Put that aside. I'm gonna use larger needles with my wax twine. You might want to have some kind of clip just to kind of hold your signature, one side of your signature in place while you're sewing through it. So this way your signature is not, the pages aren't moving around on you. You're going to need some kind of glue. I'm using Mod Podge today. This is my first time using this. I usually use something similar, but I'm almost out of it, and I didn't want to run out partway through. So I bought a new bottle of Mod Podge. I'm going to try that with brush. And, oh, you're going to want to protect your work surface, and you're going to want to make sure that you're not going to break the tip of your awl. So I use this foam piece here. I have a couple of these. These are for forming flowers. You can use that. There's also this similar burgundy one. People might have used this. It's been around for a while. People use this for stamping. To use this on your surface, it adds a little bit of cushion. And yeah, you'll want to have a pen or a pencil or whatever to mark your stuff. And I'm also going to use my scoreboard today just to make things a little bit easier for me when I'm doing my lines. And that is it. That sounds like a lot, but really a lot of this you'd have anyway. So yeah, so let's go ahead with the first step, which for me it was picking out the fabric. And oh, thanks, Janice. I do think it looks pretty too. I'm really hoping that Dorothy likes it. Okay, so I measured this, and so this is about, I think I measured it where the crease is at for the cover. I think I measured it, and from side to side, it's about 2.5 inches. So I want to have a little bit of overlap onto this here, just to kind of cover up the sharp edge there, and to make it look nice and smooth. So I made this 3.5 inches wide. Look how pretty that looks. So cute. Now I made this the same height as my signatures. Oh, I meant, no, I don't think I, yes I did. My signatures and my cover are 9 inches long. So I wanted to make sure that I tried to keep this as similar as possible. So I cut this to 9 inches high, and then 3.5, or sorry, yep, 3.5 inches wide. So there's my fabric. And then I'm putting a piece of paper under it. This is a little bit smaller. Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. So I cut these wrong. These should be 9 inches long, and it looks like I might cut them to 8. I did. Okay, so let me quickly cut this. Oh yeah, I definitely cut that wrong. Okay. So this is, what size did I cut that to? I cut it to 3.5. By 9. I knew when I wanted to cut, I just didn't do it. Yeah, you know what it is? It's the 8 looks like a 9 on there. That'll be my excuse. 9. Good morning, Barbie. Yep, so is that 3 by 9? Yes, it is. That's 3 by 9. 3.5 by 9. Actually, I think I might make this 2.5 so that it just sits right in there because I know that's 2.5 wide. It'll be easier to smooth out later. Oh, you're making coffee? Sweet. Yeah, I made a big mug of tea for this crafty session just because it's going to be a little bit of time to sew everything in. Yep, so that'll go right in there, and then the fabric will go right over it and kind of make it look almost seamless. So this way we don't have the white sticking out of the side of that. So just making it a little bit short, that's all. Okay, and so I'm cutting 2 of these, and the reason why I'm cutting 2 is because one's going here with the fabric on it to make the spine, and I'm going to use this in the inside of my signatures for the first time that I do a spot in there. So it's kind of a guide. You don't have to do it, but if you want to do it, you can. I might not do it, but yeah, I cut that just in case. Okay, so I've cut the 2 pieces of paper. I have my spine ready to go. My fabric's ready to go. So the next thing that you have to do is you have to mark up your spine with the holes that you need for your signatures. So with my spine, like I said, I have 2.5 inches to work with. I have 5 signatures, and each signature is, I scored it at 1/4 inch. But the thing is, with your paper, with the thickness of your papers for, I'll show you what I mean here in a second. It ends up being just a little bit wider than 1/4 inch because you have the thickness of your paper there, right? And then you're also putting some stuff on it. So instead of having it so that I'm sewing this every 1/4 inch, I'm actually going to do it a little bit wider, and I'm doing 3/8 of an inch. And I know that, you know, math is just ridiculous first thing on a Sunday morning, but I'll show you what I mean when we get to that point. So what I want to do first is I want to find the center of this piece of paper. And again, this is 2.5 inches. So this is where a scoreboard might come in handy. So this is 2.5 inches. So what you could do is just, like I'm using the 5 inch here. I know it's going to be 1.5 or 1.25 inches on either side because it's 2.5 inches. 2.5 divided by 2 is 1.25. So I'm going to do it's 1.25. Hopefully you can see that. And then it's 1.25 the other way. So this is my middle. So I can lightly score this line here. Just lightly. Whoops. So that's my one line. I'm not really indenting it. I'm just putting a little bit of a line there just so that that's going to be my guideline. And so now, instead of going 1/4 inch, because that would be, it's quite small compared to my signatures, I'm going 1 dash over, and that's going to be 3/8 of an inch. Again, this just depends on how wide your signature is. You could have them set at 1/4 of an inch, but the thing is, your signatures are going to be really close to each other, and you want to have a little bit of space in there so that when you're adding, you know, papers or little bits of memorabilia or whatever in it, you want to have a little bit of space. So I'm going to do 3/8 there. I'm going to take that line and do it again. So 1, 2, 3. Oops, doing it again just slightly. I mean, if you have a scoreboard and if you can take advantage of the ticks and the ticks on it and not have to do math, then why not? It's not lazy, it's just called being smart, I guess? I don't know. Okay, so next, with the signatures, I want to do 5 holes on them. And I will show you what I mean. So here's a scrap piece of paper. Because I want to sew it and have 5 holes in and out to sew my thread into the signature. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to have one in the middle. And then like that. I like using 5 holes. It seems like it's a good enough size for the amount of papers that I put in there. And then +2 for the height of my paper. I mean, really, you could go more than that if you wanted to. And yeah, that would be great. It's up to you. But I like using 5. It seems to be a good number for me. And yeah, it works out well for my signatures. So that means I'm going to use my scoreboard again. And again, this is 9 inches long. So that means I'm going to have my center holes at 4.5. So when I go this way, my center hole for each one is going to be right there. So now I get to determine where my other holes are going to be. You don't want to have them all in the center because you don't want your signatures flexing out this way or that way. You want to kind of keep them in, you know, relatively tight. So what I think I might do is I might go 3/4 from each end. Just lightly. So that means my next set of holes will be, or my outside set of holes will be here. So now I'm going to have a weird number, I bet, because I chose 3/4. What size is that? Yep, so that's 3 3/4 divided by 2, so that's 1.875, and I don't think we could do that. So that'd be 1. And that's about 0.875. Well, if we went with that's about center. So that's 1. So it's almost 2. It's just, oh yeah, that is 1.875. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's 1. It's almost 2, and then I'm going down here. And you can just eyeball it. This is a junk journal. So those are my holes. I think that's pretty close to evenly spaced. So what I will do is I'm going to go ahead and take my awl. It could be, again, whatever size you use, doesn't matter. I'm just going to go ahead and put my holes in here. This will just make it easier for when I'm sewing the signatures. I think I might use this just to be safe. Oh yeah, much better. This is much easier than sticking it in your finger. There you go. So my holes are through. And again, this is going to help out with when I sew my signatures in. This way they'll be nice and straight, and no one's going to see this anyway. Like, this is going to be on the underside of your spine, so, or the inside of your spine. So not a big deal. Sure that your pretty side is up and is not on the same side of the holes that you just made. Don't want to use fabric, or if you don't have fabric around, you could use washi tape on this. You could use a pretty piece of paper. I'm using, well, first of all, this is 100-pound paper, but you could go 60. I don't know how it'd work with copier paper. I fear that you might rip it when you're sewing through. Another thing that you can use, and I can't speak highly enough about this, is using the fabric washi tape from 49 Market, because this is already adhesive backed, and you can just put it right onto your paper and you don't have to worry about any kind of adhesion. But this didn't really match my the inside of my book, so I'm not using it today. Excuse me. Okay, so there's a couple ways to adhere this. You could go with the Mod Podge and put it on there and wait for it to dry a little bit. I don't want to do that, and plus I've never tried it that way. Because I fear that it might be stiff, and I don't want to do it when it's wet, because then your needle gets all gunky, if that's a word. So I'm just going to go ahead with some tape, just a little bit of tape. There's a honking size of tape. This is huge tape. I'm sure a lot of people have this that do mini albums. It's 4 1/4 wide. Jeez. Okay, so I might just adhere this on in a couple of places. Oh, okay. But you can use regular tape with this, double-sided tape. I'm just going to use this just because it's handy, and I've had it for a while, and I'm not using it fast enough. So I'm going to use my icky tape scissors. I'm trying to think of when I bought this tape. It's still sticky, which is impressive. I think it was when I was on their design team. That was probably 6 years ago. That is a long time. Okay, so just gonna trim off this. And I'll just smooth this out too. Okay, so now I'm going to try to center this as much as possible. Oh, it didn't stick there. Yeah, I've got a little bump there, so I'm just going to try to flatten that out as much as I can. Oops. Oh yeah, I forgot to center that on there. Because this is a little bit taller than the 9 inches. I forgot about that. It did make it a little bit tall. Oh, no, maybe did. I think I just cut it poorly. Maybe I shouldn't be allowed to have scissors. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to start putting the signatures in, and I'm going to start from the inside because I want to make sure that I have a good center. So in this is going to be my center. You know, I've glued this a couple times and it still wants to pop up. Okay, so yeah, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put the holes in this. So that's where this piece comes in. And the reason why I'm doing this is because there's fabric on there and I want to make my holes the best they can be. So how big is this? What is that? That is 3 1/4. So that is 1 3/4 on either side. There we go. Sorry guys, I should have done this to begin with. So it's 4 1/2. And then what was next? It was 3/4 on either side. Quarters. And then what I do, right there. Is that right? Yep, that's right. Okay. So I'm going to fold that. And so this will make the holes inside my spine here. So since I didn't make these with a sharp corner, I made these signatures 1/4 inch wide. So that means I just can't put this on the outside. Have to bend it and make it 1/4 inch wide, which I could do. Maybe I should do that. That would definitely make it easier. So that means I'm going to do a tick of 1/8 on either side of this. Oops. I'm just going to fold that way. So many folds going on. So Janice and Barbie are watching live right now. And both of them have huge hearts. They are not only awesome and sweet, but they are huge cat lovers. And Barbie has these beautiful gray cats, and then Janice has this sweet female cat, Mushu. She's a doll. There we go. Stir holes there. And I love seeing Barbie share the post. There's a local cat rescue called Spay HRM, and she supports them and does things for them, which is awesome. That's a huge heart doing that. It's this world is full of just wonderful people, and Janice and Barbie are definitely one of them. Okay, so I've got the holes in here. I've got the holes in my spine. Now we've got to cut the string. So I'm going to do 1, 2, and a little bit extra just because I want to make sure that I have enough room to tie it. And I might have things tied to the end of my strings. So the way to do this is, I don't know if you can see the holes very well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes. So from the other side, I'm going to go in, then out, then in, then out, then in, then out, then in, then out. It sounds confusing at first, but it's once you get it, man, once you figure out that pattern, you're going to be flying through these, and you're going to want to make junk journals all the time because it looks so cool. I've got my waxed twine here. Yes, I saw your sewing projects for the Spay HRM Barbie. I think I saw a new post this week. Okay, so I'm going to start in the middle. I can see my hole here. So this is 1. I'm going in through the center. Actually, I'm going to make my holes, I'm going to use my other L because my holes are too small. This way. Okay, try this again. So I'm going in through the center, and then I've got that hole there that I want to get to. You know what? I'm going to use the foam again and go through that. This way I can see where I'm going. I'm going to use my bigger owl. All. And I keep saying owl. All. This way I can see my holes through the fabric. The fabric's really dark, and I want to make sure that I see this well. So yeah, so Barbie's talking about the Spay Day HRM, which is awesome. They do great things for the displaced kitties in our area. That's where we got our kitty, Tigger. He's so sweet and such a good boy. He went through his foster through a local vet tech. Her name is Katie, and she just happened, I went into the vet and she was there working. We always like chatted up. She's super nice. And she was telling me about this cat that is a kitten. And she said it's gonna go, it's gonna find its home soon. And I'm already backwards. That's okay. And she said that she was thinking about keeping it, but there was another cat there that was a special needs kitty, and she knew that she knew that she could take care of it. So, but she was really sad that they were going to get rid of the other kitty. And we had lost our kitty a few months before, unfortunately. His name was Nico. Nico was awesome. Such a good boy. And she told me where that the adoption was taking place on a Saturday, and it was at a local mall. And so I was there first thing, like right when they opened up the door, because I wanted to see this special kitty, and he just stole my heart. And she was 100% right. He's an amazing boy. And so his name was going to be Tigger, but we didn't like Tigger, so we stuck with we just changed it slightly and went with it was supposed to be Tiger, yep. And so then we changed it to Tigger. It's pretty close. Okay, so now I'm going to the other side here. I'm going to go into this second one. Then I'm going to come up through the top one and go down through the hole there. It's nice and tight, and then I'm going to go through that hole there. Tighten that. Then I'm going to go back through the first hole that we went into, because you have to end up with your string on the same side, your two ends. And then what I do is I just tighten it just a little bit. I don't want to rip my paper. And I have, because that's going through there, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, and then there we go. And then with this, I just do a double knot. This is quite long, so you have some choices here. You can either cut it short, like have like an inch length there at the end, but I think with mine I might make it a little bit longer, because what you can do too is for example, you could have a butterfly, you know, back to back, like two of them same size, just kind of dangling there. It would look really cute. So I might do that later. I won't do that today. So the first one's in. So now let's continue on with the other ones. I'm very sorry this is going to take a while. So it might end up just that we do the sewing in the spine today, but I'll try to move quickly through this. Okay, so my next one, I don't know why I made that like that. Okay, so I'm going to take this guy again. This one's going to be a little tricky just because it's got that this on the inside that wants to move around. But once you get the holes in, it shouldn't move around so much. And I think I might lay this on here. Going with my bigger awl on this one just because I'm going through that. Make sure my hole's behind it. Speaking of going through, oops, that envelope. That definitely went through. And it went through. Okay, so I'll move quicker on this one. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they always have the sweetest kitties there. I agree. They always have an auction every month, and they're doing something different this month, which is so cool. So again, I'm going to start in the middle. I'm going in the middle like this. So this month, I think they're doing, they have volunteers baking different goods. Is that my hole? Yep, that's my hole. And so, yeah, so each baker has a kitty like kind of image. There's my hole. And like they like it'll say like Barbie is making Barbie's making like carrot cake. And so then so yeah, so you can bid on or order the carrot cake from Barbie. And each of the cats that they picked, the images is super cute. Okay, so I went in and now I'm going out with the one right above it. And I'm going to go down into this. Oops, and move that up. So don't despair when it slides out the first time. Oh, did it slide out all the way there? Oh, it did. Luckily my hole's big enough and I can just put that through. I might tape that in just to make sure. There we go. Oh, I really missed that hole there, but it'll be okay. So I'm going to go back through this way. Where did it go? There's the hole. You know, Janice, I don't remember where you got Mushu from. I'm trying to remember that. Mushu is such a pretty girl. She's so sweet. And I'm going to go back down through here. Oh gosh, that was a bad one. Let's make sure that I'm in there. I got off track here. There we go. Oh, thanks for explaining that, Barbie. I couldn't remember how it went. Yep, so if you are in Nova Scotia and you want to support kitties, that is definitely that bake sale sounds awesome. I'm like way off with that whole. There you go. Oh, perfect. Okay. 2 signatures in. Woohoo. Cut this. I'm gonna make this one short. You don't want to go shorter than an inch though, just in case you find that your knot's coming undone. Yeah, I didn't sew that very well. Like it's flat in there, but it's kind of offset. Okay, so next, the kitty. This one has one in the middle too. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just tape that in or use my clip. Oops. Oh no, maybe I won't use my clip. My clip's not big enough. I misplaced my other clip. I have a longer clip that works so well. Aw, yeah, I didn't remember that story, Janice. Yeah, Mushu's awesome. She's a reserved little lady. She's quite shy, but she's super cute. There we go. Holes are in. One, 2, 3. Ooh, 10:48. Gosh, okay, it's already an hour. I think what I might do is I might go ahead and finish sewing these in. I'll do the rest of these, and then maybe on Thursday of this week, I will glue this in and show you how I glue in the spine. And then, yeah, because basically I'm just gluing it in. Yeah, it'll be a quick video. I'll do that. I don't want to take up too much of your time. You guys have been so patient as I've been sewing through these journals. Time flies when you're having fun. Wow, she'll be 10 this year. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, sweetie, she's got the cutest little nose too. I don't know if you can share pictures on your on the comments, but I wish you could. So this way you could see her cute kitty and Barbie's cute kitties. Oh, just beautiful gray kitties. Anyway, thank you very much for stopping by. Like I said, what I'll do is I'll do a quick video sometime later this week, like probably Thursday evening. I don't have anything going on that day, or maybe later. I'm not sure. And yeah, and then we'll work on doing the inside of the journal. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll glue this in, and then there was something I wanted to put here, like a special like little double. Well, actually, it's a quadruple flap, and so we'll do that. Yeah, so that'll be the next one. We'll glue the spine in. We'll glue all that in, and then we'll work on the cool little flip fold there. So, yep, thank you very much for stopping by, Barbie, and thank you, Janice. And I really appreciate it. If you like this video, go ahead and hit like. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit subscribe. If you ever have any questions on anything, please feel free to just drop a comment in the video, and I'll definitely get back to you. Or if there's something that you want to see, whether it's with junk journals or whether it's card making or paper crafty, then go ahead and drop a line for that too, and I'll make that one of the one of the videos. So, thanks, Janice. Have a great day, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.